Hi everybody, welcome to Flying Star Astrology. Today we're going to be doing a case study about a friend of mine, Andrea. Andrea, this isn't her actual picture, but I didn't have a picture of her, so this is one we're going to use. She and her boyfriend have been dating a long time, and this year they actually decided together that they wanted to make some changes in terms of where they lived. And she owns a business and has been looking to sell that business for a couple of years now, but was really especially interested this year. She was determined that she was going to get the business sold this year and that they were going to move, or at least attempt to move. And it didn't work out. She didn't get the business sold. They weren't able to move. They're still talking about doing it, but now they're putting everything on hold for a couple of years. So I want to talk about her flying stars and why this was really not the best year for her to make any changes. So in her particular situation, she had what's called the illness star on her success direction. Now the illness star can bring illness, but more than likely, because it's sitting on her success direction, which is tied to her work and her career, what she would have likely experienced and what she has experienced this year is having to work harder to make more money, not really feeling like working, and you have to put in more effort this year. And so it's harder for your businesses to succeed the way it may have in the year prior. That doesn't mean you can't succeed, it just means you need to put in the extra effort. And because the star is sitting here, you don't feel like it. So it's kind of like a catch-22. It's kind of like having a cold and you have to go and give a presentation. You're not really feeling up to it. You're required to go give this presentation, or you're already committed to it, and your body just doesn't want to do it. That's how this star affects you when it sits in your success direction, and that's kind of how she's felt this whole year. The other star that she had that was challenging her decision to sell her business is that she had what's called the change star, the disaster star, sitting on her wisdom direction. So that can make you think twice about your life, about your beliefs, about something like your career, your relationships, your health. But it's always a big change, and sometimes the change is something that you've been working toward, and so this star works as a catalyst to make that happen. Other times you've been resisting change, and the star comes in and says, now's the time, you've got to make the change. I'm not letting you wait any longer. This is the year, you're going to do it. And so you're forced into making changes that you really don't want to change. So this year she's been changing the way, or she's changed the way she's thought about her partnership, her relationship with her boyfriend. They're talking about getting married, whereas before she really wasn't sure if that would be the right decision. She's thinking about, like I said, selling her business, moving to the Northwest. Now she lives in the South, so it's a very big change for her, not only in terms of climate, but also in terms of the way people do things. You know, the people in the South do things one way, people in the Northwest do things a completely different way. So she's had a whole shift in the way that she's been thinking about her life and thinking about changing. And with this combination of not feeling like working hard and the changes that she's been experiencing, like thinking about all these changes, that kind of conflict, because she wants to make the change, but this star isn't really helping her in that decision. It's asking her to work hard, but it's telling her, I'm going to make you feel like not working hard. So this combination makes it difficult not only to do what she wants to do, which is sell her business, but it also makes it difficult to attract people who are going to want to buy your business, because they're going to pick up on your energy that you just don't really feel like putting a whole lot of effort into the business. So it may not look as attractive as it could at a different time when the stars are more supportive of you, unless you put the work in. And again, the flying stars are not they're not like the be all end all. It's not like everything absolutely has to happen because these stars are sitting there. These stars are telling you what the trends are for you this year, what the flow is going to be like for you this year, what the timing is going to be like for you this year. And you can choose to work with it, which means, you know, the better stars is going to be easier to work with because you're just going to be naturally in the flow of things. Whereas the more challenging stars are going to be like, you can do it if you want to, but you're going to have to work hard because we're not going to just let you have what you want. So that's kind of what she's experiencing this year. And in fact, she has not had much luck in trying to get the business sold. I don't think she's had anybody interested in her practice this year, in her store. She also has what's called the new beginning star sitting in her relationships, and that's what she's looking to do. She's looking to start over kind of with her relationship with her partner. You know, they're looking to move to the Northwest. His oldest child finally moved out of the house, so that's a change for him. Gives him the opportunity to start something new and take their relationship to a whole new level. And, you know, she's considering marrying him, which is something new. It's, you know, something brand new for her. So as far as moving to the Northwest, selling her store and starting a new life with her partner, not the best year for that, but you know, it's a good year for planning, a good year for talking things out, a good year for considering what it is you want to do. They're talking about possibly moving in the next 2 to 3 years while they get things in order, like him selling his house, her selling her business, you know, coming up with a property they want to live on and finding a house to live in. But actually next year is a perfect year for her to move. 3 years from now is a terrible year for her to move because the stars are just not good. They're going to be even more challenging than the stars that she had this year. So really her best bet is to move next year. Why? Because she's got a couple of really good stars. On her wisdom direction, she's got the relationship star next year. It's a great time to connect with people from an idea perspective, but also her business is revolved around dealing with people and connecting with them on a mental level. That's kind of the work that she does. Next year, fabulous for that. Perfect for her to attract not only clients to her business, but also people who want to buy her business. Next year, she has a new beginning star sitting in her success direction. Perfect year to start something new, to start over, start a different kind of business. And then she also has the fame star sitting on her relationship next year, which means she could attract somebody within her industry who's famous. And you know, I use that term loosely because we're not talking about celebrities. That's not the business she's in. But somebody who is familiar with her work and who has already made a name for themselves in their business and wants to expand. This is a great year to connect with somebody like that. So the stars are all coming together next year. Does that make sense? You know, sometimes it's like everything's just in alignment for you and you're like, wow, things are moving along so well. 99% of the time it's going to be because of the flying stars. They just come together for you. So any work that you put towards your career, the way you think, the way you approach life, your relationships, your health, all of that's going to come together for you and everything is going to be in sync. That's when you hear like, my life is going with the flow, everything's in sync, my timing is perfect, I'm having such great luck. It's because your flying stars are all working together. You have other times where they're more challenging and it feels like, I'm just stuck in the mud. How do I move forward? What can I do to get things going? Well, you can still move forward. In years like this, where you have challenging stars like my friend does, you can still make progress. You might not take 10 steps forward, you may only take like 5, but you're still moving ahead. It's just not as fast as you want to. If you let these stars get to you and their energy get to you, this is when you go backwards. This is when you become unhappy. This is when you feel like the heavens are against you, or God is against you, or the world is against you. It's because these stars are in the way. It really has everything to do with these stars. So why do I do flying stars? Why do I help people with flying stars? Timing is everything. As we just talked about my friend Angela, not a great year to sell her business, not a great year to move. great year to contemplate things. Next year would be a fabulous year for her to make all of the changes that she wanted to do this year. Next year is the year for her to do that. When you know what your power directions are, you know what stars influence those, and those directions matter. Those directions will help you. Those stars will help you. It's really, really important that you know what these stars are, because now you can work with them. It's like having a friend you didn't even know about working in the background, helping you succeed the way you want to succeed in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your health, in the combination of those things together. And it gives you more control. I mean, if you know what's going to be happening for you for the year, for the month, wouldn't you feel like, oh my God, I feel like, I feel like God. I feel like I know what's coming. I feel like I know what to do to prepare for it. I feel like I know how to handle it. Absolutely, absolutely. It gives you more control. So if you're interested in finding out about your personal power directions, just go to flyingstarastrology.com and I will send that to you for free. You'll have all that information right in front of you. And I also do consulting, so if you want to know what power stars are working for you or which ones you need to spend more time working on, feel free to sign up for a consultation. And I'll be doing another Feng Shui video, Flying Star video, shortly, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks. Bye.